Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope everything's fine and yeah, it's almost, or it's not almost actually, it is end of 2023 and we are getting ready for 2024. So in this video basically I'm going to wrap up and cover what have happened in the market when it comes to movement, especially on the DXY, so the US dollar index, gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, GBP GBY, USD GBY, and Franc GBY. Right, so we are going to simply look and compare the market movement in 2023 and also in 2022, so to see what have happened, right, and how the market was moving, and to measure actually this movement, right, and also we will look quickly at what what I'm looking for in 2024, right, and things to keep in mind. Okay, so let's start with the DXY. Here right now I am on the monthly time frame. Okay, and let's first look at the bottom and top of 2022. So if we look at the chart right now, let's actually look there. Okay, this is 21 August, okay, December, and here actually in this one is the bottom of 2022. So as we can see here in the chart, it's January 2022. So here, let me put it that way. Okay, and let's just like right here, low of 2022. Okay, so let's put it to the left. Okay, and that was the low of 2022, and let's check the high of 2022. So here September, okay, November, December, okay, but here we have the top of 2022. So let's mark it on the chart. Okay, and we can write here high of 2022, and this we can put it on top. Okay, so here we have simply the bottom and the high or the top of 2022, right? If simply we use the price range tool and just to measure this movement, okay, from here, from top to bottom or from bottom to top, we can see that the price moved around, 21.2%, right, in comparison to the move the year before. And also if we can look here, it will be around 2000 pips, right? So if we look at it here, 20,000, sorry, yeah, 20,000 pips. Okay, so this is what have happened in 2022. Let's look at it again. Okay, we will repeat the same exercise, but for 2023. Okay, where is okay, here January 2023. Okay, it's obvious that here is the bottom. Okay, and we can also write here low of 2023, and obviously we can see that here is the top of 2023. This will put it bottom, and here we can say high of 2023. Okay, let's also measure it right now with the price range tool, and if we look at it here from the top to bottom, we can see that the price moved 7%, and here we talk about 7,700 pips. Okay, what I want to say here, that in 2022 you can see that the price moved around 21.2%, which is around 20,000 pips, and in the 2023 price have moved 7.7%, or around 7,700 pips. This is actually almost 1/3 of the price movement, or what the price moved in the 2022, okay? And that actually can explain a lot, okay, of what we have seen in 2023. Overall, it was a very good year. It's the year where simply I launched my services and I started to build the community which I always wanted to build, okay? Uh, it was profitable year, I mean, for myself and for the guys in the community as well. But I have said that a couple of times to the guys, like, I could clearly see that the market movement is very, very, very slow in comparison to previous years. Okay, so this is simply summarizing what have happened in this year. As you can see from top to bottom here, it's 20,000 bips in 2022, while we look here only for 7,000 bips range. Okay, if we talk about 2023. Okay, and if we talk about the US dollar, which is simply the strongest and the most used currency pair in the world, and this is simply just measuring this movement of the US dollar, okay? So you can imagine that this is literally impacting the rest of the market, okay? Definitely we need to keep in mind that if we talk about gold, we can see maybe like bigger movement. We are going to see that together right now, because simply the gold is a safe haven for all investors when it comes to, I don't know, uncertain times, or if there is a war or something like that, right? So this is simply what we can see for the DXY. Okay, so we can see that, okay, it's clear. And right now, let's do like that. Let's go here, and then we can, oh, sorry. Let's go here again, because I would like to simply see what would we expect for next year, okay? So, as we usually know, that price will never ever come to one point only once, right? Usually price coming at least twice to test any point, or to simply confirm that this point is resistance or support. We can look at any point in the chart, okay? If we look, I don't know, here, okay, this bottom here, okay? What have happened? Price even came here, moved all the way up, okay? What happened later? Price came to retest it somehow here, and then price came to retest this one again. Again, same story. Top, price came to retest it again. Bottom, price came to retest it again. Okay, so usually in the market, most of the time you will see price coming to test any point twice, if not three times. Okay, so this is one thing to keep in mind. What I want to say by that we have this point here, the high of 2022, where simply price didn't come to retest it for second time. That means that we have a probability that the price might come all the way up to simply retest this point, but also that leaves the opportunity that the price can come all the way down to retest this one, okay, and why not to not retest this one, and what might be further, that the price to come to liquidate this 1, 2, and then come to liquidate this point, okay, before moving up. We need to keep in mind also that in 2024, in November, we have the presidential election in USA, right? Where simply it's a very big event. It influences all the market, right? And also we need to keep in mind that it's very big competition so far between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, right? Which both have totally different approach to the market, yeah? So this is one thing to keep in mind. But okay, Hisham, if I want to be more specific, what can we look at least in the short term? Okay, if we look at the short term, so far, actually, in the whole year, as I said, like starting from here, okay, so starting from here, okay, starting from this one, we can see that the price is in a range, right? There is a big indecision in the market. If we start from here, okay, to here, there is a big indecision in the market. The price just is moving inside this range. While, as I said, here price simply, okay, retested the bottom of this range once, and here also once. So at least, if we talk about the short term, it looks like that the price is more likely to come to retest this low first, right? Maybe we can see that the price coming to retest it and then start to move to the upside. Okay, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, that the price will come to liquidate it and then start to move to the upside. Okay, scenario number three, that the price will come, break below, retest, okay, and then start to move to the downside. So these are the three scenarios which I would say I'm expecting for the US dollar, and therefore it impacts the Euro USD and GBP USD, right? So this is one thing to keep in mind about the DXY, okay? Now, let's move to gold, right? Let's move to gold quickly. Okay, let's look at the gold and let's also do the same exercise to highlight the top and bottom of 2022 and 2023. Okay, let's look at 2022. Okay, this is here August, September, December. Okay, here we have 2022 started. Here we have September 2022. Okay, so this is obviously the bottom of 2022. Okay, here December, here March. Okay, so here is the high of 2022. So this is the top, this is the bottom. Let's write it down. High of 2022. Okay, let's put it on top. And here we have low of 2022. Okay, that's clear. Let's now use the price range tool and measure this movement. Okay. So here we talk about 21, almost 22% movement. Let's put it that way. Okay, 22% price movement, and we talk about 45,300 pips. We talk about simply price ranged between 2062, that was the height, that was back in March 2022, and the lowest was 1,613. Okay, so this is one thing to keep in mind. Okay, now let's look at the price again for 2023. Okay, here March, January 2023. Okay, obviously here we can see that this is the low of 2023, low of 2023. Okay, and here, okay, sorry, let's put it bottom, and here we can see obviously that this is the height of 2023. Okay, high of 2023. What can we see, guys? Okay, let's measure also this and then I will tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, so simply the price moved almost 18.9%, let's say 19%, and here we talk about 34,000, let's say 34,000, more or less 34,000 bips. So the lowest was 1,808 and the highest was 2,150 almost, right? So this movement, I would say it's quite similar, but what I want to talk about here is simply we can see that we have this high here, okay, and then price came again in 2023 to retest this high. And this is what always I talk about, that usually price will never ever, I mean, it's very, very rare that the price will move from one point, you know, just do it once and then go straight away, I don't know, go away. Usually price will come to retest any point 2 times and if not 3 times, okay? And usually in the third move we can see the liquidation, okay? Or simply price collecting all stop losses before simply doing the right move. So here we can see the high of 2022, price here once, and then here price second time came in 2023 to retest it. And then here we can see in December, price came to liquidate. What do I mean by liquidation? That simply price moved above this double top and then spiked all the way down, okay? And what does it mean? That simply most of people can see, okay, this is double top, okay, this is simply meaning that it's very strong level of resistance, let's sell. And you can imagine the amount of stop losses which was all the way up here, okay? There are a lot of stop losses above these 2 points. And what simply price did? Price came to collect all these stop losses, and let's see what will the price do from this point. Usually after such candle, we will give it one more, let's say, chance. Let's see on the weekly time frame, we need to see what the price will be doing. Okay, as we can see, top, second, price came to liquidate. Then we need to see simply what the price is going to do. Obviously, we can see that on the weekly time frame, we are actually in an uptrend, right? Simply higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, okay? So the probability that the price will continue and do simply higher high is way higher than anything else. So what I want to say is that we are not going to sell unless we see the price simply moving and breaking below this point here. Why? Because this is the last higher low on a weekly time frame. So it's better to simply look for opportunity to buy as far as simply to sell, because at least in that way we are moving with the trend, right? But personally, I will just give it more time. I want to see what the price will do here, okay? As far as the price is simply didn't break closely on a weekly time frame, okay, didn't break above this level, so still I will be just waiting, right? So if the price on weekly time frame will simply break above, then I will be waiting for the retest, okay, and then I will be looking for buy. This is what I will be doing, okay? If the price didn't do that, I will not do anything in this area. I will just wait to see how the price will simply come from here. Maybe the price will simply come all the way down to liquidate this point, okay, to liquidate it, and then move to the upside, okay? Especially that, as I said, we need to keep in mind that this is the last higher low, okay? I know that a lot of people probably will be looking, okay, we have this trend line, okay, simply we have this trend line, they expect the price will come here, maybe it will happen, but personally I will be looking for the price to come to retest the last higher low, and then I will see if the price simply liquidated, as I said, then break above, I will buy from the retest, or simply if the price will simply break below, I will wait for the retest and then sell. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for the gold in the short term, right? This is what I'm looking for the gold for the short term. But as I said, when it comes to the monthly time frame, this is how I'm looking actually at it, okay? Definitely we can see that right now we are at the all-time high for gold, right? We need also to keep in mind that there are a lot of factors which simply impacting the market. As I said, number one is the US presidential election, which is simply going to be in November 2024. We need to keep in mind also the interest rates, right, for the US dollar, which is also a very important thing. We need to keep in mind as well the inflation data, right? I know that in 2024 it seemed to be positive. It seems to be a positive year when it comes to the inflation data, actually for US and Europe, but still, let's see what will happen. One more thing as well, which definitely impacts the market, and we need to keep it in mind, the conflict or the political war or the trade war, whatever you want to name it, between US and China, right? This is one thing which also we need to keep in mind. Also, we need to keep in mind all the geopolitical wars, okay? We can see right now we have this Russia, Ukraine, like, Palestine, and, this Israel. This is also one thing to keep in mind. We need also to keep in mind about uh, like markets like India, China, Indonesia as well, right? These are kind of gaining a lot of power right now, at least in their currencies, and their economy is getting very strong, which also somehow, keeping in mind all these BRICS group, and if they will try to simply more not to use or not to rely on US dollar as much as they used to do before, right? It's kind of somehow also will see some impact. I'm not going to say a major impact and like, okay, they are not going to use dollar anymore. It's not like that, guys. Okay, something like that, maybe you can see it, I don't know, in 10, 15 years from now. But in the short term, maybe there will be just slight impact. Yeah, keeping in mind all the other points which I talked about, right? And definitely, one thing to keep in mind as well is technology and the crypto market, right? So we know that recently they accepted, like, some of the crypto, let's say the Bitcoin, to be part of the ETFs, right? Which also we can see some money is going to shift simply from the market, forex market, to go actually to crypto as well, right? So all these things together combined, definitely it's going to influence the market, the DXY and gold. Okay, now let's move to Euro USD, GBP USD. They are both very similar, to be honest, and they are both going to be the contrary of the DXY. Okay, let's move to the Euro USD. Euro USD, as we all know, is the most traded currency pair in the world, right? This is where all liquidity is. Okay, let's right now to just like find top and bottom of 2022 and 2023. Okay, 2022, it started, okay, January here, and we have all the way down to here. Okay, October, November, December. Okay, so this is the bottom of 2022. Let's write it. Low of 2022. Okay, and let's find the high of 2022, which is simply here. Okay, here. And this is high of 2022. Okay, let's now use a price range tool and measure this movement. Here we talk about 17% price movement, and we talk about 1953, as you can see here, 1950 pips. Okay, so the highest was almost 1.15. Okay, the lowest was 0.95. That was in 2022. Let's do the same exercise for 2023. Okay, 2023 started here January. Okay, and this is okay, so this is simply top of 2023. Okay, and here we can see, okay, here it started, so here is the bottom of 2023, low of 2023. Okay, let's measure the movement from here to here. Guys, so here we talk about 17%, let's say, price movement, which is like 1950 pips. And here in 2023, we talk about 820 pips price movement in this range, right? You need to keep in mind that this is the most traded currency pair in the world, Euro USD. And in 2023, it just moved 800 pips. Okay, this is just to summarize everything of 2023. Okay, yet, as I said, it was actually a very good year for us. And you can find our trading results actually in the website. I will just write it in the description below. you can check our actually live trading results with the community. Okay. So again, as I said here in the DXY, that we are moving in a range. Let's go to the Euro USD. We are actually moving in a range. So here is, okay, here it started, and this is simply, again, we can see here's a price, okay, once, and here's a price, did the bottom. Same story, to be honest. Okay, let me put it that way. So here we have high, oops. Here we have the high, here we have the low. Okay, so far I would say it looks like that the price is more coming to simply to liquidate the high here, and also to keep in mind that we have the high of 2022. So why not price to simply to come to liquidate this one, and if the price did, maybe it will liquidate this one and then to move lower, especially that we can see the price tested this level only once, and as we know, price at least come twice to test any level, right? So we have this level here and here as well, so maybe the price will come and then, you know, liquidate this one, as I said here, liquidate it and then move to the downside, or price to simply move that way. Let me do it that way. Price to come break above, liquidate this one and then move to the lower side. That's also another scenario which we need to keep in mind. Okay. And also maybe just as I said, after the price liquidating these tops, then to come to the bottom. Okay. But to be fully honest with you, I wouldn't do anything right now. Definitely, we are right now in the market. It's holiday season, and I personally don't trade at all until at least mid-January. Okay, so I will just give it a time. Okay, to see what will happen here. Most likely, price will come to liquidate this. If not, simply at least price will come to retest the last higher low. As we can see, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, price doing higher high. So this is simply the last higher low. Maybe we can see price coming all the way down to retest this one, okay, or simply liquidate it and then to move to the upside. If the price will break below this one, then definitely we will wait for the retest and then we will sell. Okay, so what is most likely is simply going to happen that we wait for the price to come to the top of the range, and then we will see how the price action will be, or the price to come to retest this higher low, and then we will see if the price will liquidate it and then continue the move to the upside. Then we will be interested in this move to the upside, or if simply the price will break below, come to retest it, and then it means that we are going to retest the bottom first before the top. Okay, let's now move to the GBP USD, which is very similar to Euro USD. Let's do it quickly. Okay, here January 2022. Okay, high of 2022, and here we have the bottom of 2022. Okay, low of 2022. Let's measure the movement. This is around 3,390 bips, let's say 3,400, and we talk about 24.6% price movement. Okay, so we talk about almost 25. Okay, now let's look at 2023 price movement. Okay, January, this is simply, as we can see here, the bottom. So this is low of 2023, and here we can see the high of 2023, high of 2023. Let's measure this movement. let's measure these movements. Okay, we talk about 11%, so it's even less than half, or okay, let's say more than. The price in 2023 moved 50% of the price which is it did in 2022, and here we talk about 1,300, let's say 1,400 pips, while in 2022 the price moved around 3,500 pips. Okay, so that also explains a lot. Again, same story, we can see that we are in a range. What ranges tells us that it's indecision in the market doesn't know where it should go. If we go to the weekly time frame, similar story. Again, we can see that the price here once, the price here also once. So same story, we need to see what the price will simply do. If the price will come to liquidate this one here and then move to the downside, okay, or if the price from here will simply come to this point to liquidate this and then start to move to the upside. Or, okay, let me maybe do it with arrows. So the first scenario, price to come to retest this one, liquidate, and then move to the downside, if any. Okay, we need to keep that in mind, if any, because maybe the price will simply come to break above, come to retest, and then simply will start to buy. Okay, if simply the price retested and we could see that the price is holding. Or, as I said, price will come, liquidate, move to the downside. That's also another scenario. Or price will come from here, just to break below and then sell. It can be also similar story. Or simply we can see that the price is coming to retest this low, liquidated, and then move to the upside. So all these scenarios are open, and simply we need to see how the price is going to simply behave, so we can simply, start to take trades based on that. Okay, but we need to keep in mind one thing, that so far price came to retest this level once, and as we know, usually price come to any level twice, which simply leave a big room that the price can simply come all the way down to retest this level. Okay, this is one thing to keep in mind. Okay, now let's go to GBP, GPY. Okay, let's also, it's one of my favorite pairs, to be honest. Okay, let's find 2022. Okay, January started here, so definitely this is a low of 2022. Let's find the high. And this is the high of 2022. Yes. Okay, so here we have the high of 2022. High of 2022. Okay, let's measure the price range. We can simply see that the price moved around 2,300 pips, which is 13%. Okay, now let's find the bottom and top of 2023. Okay, 2023 started here. Okay, so this is low of 2023. And here we can see the high of 2023. Okay, let's measure it. Simply it is 3,350 pips. It's 21.5%. And this is so far the first pair in this video which we see that the price movement in 2023 was more than the price movement in 2022. Okay, this is a winner so far in this video. Okay, let's talk about what to expect. Once again, guys, same story. Price most likely, most of the time, will come to test any level twice. We have this level so far open. We have this level so far open, okay? And this level is also open. So we have 1, 2, 3 levels which price tested only once. If we look at this top or high of 2022, what happened? Price came to retest it and simply break above, retest, and move to the upside. Okay, so as you can see, you will very rarely find a level which tested only once. Okay, so far, as I said, this level was tested once. It came tested here twice, as you can see. Okay, here this level once, this level only once, and this level also. Actually, let's look at this one here. Yes, only once. Okay, let's look at it in weekly time frame. Obviously, we can see that we have this level, which is simply, okay, if you want to look at it by trend lines, okay, price so far 1, 2, okay, at the third line, but also we can see that we have this level here, which is the last higher low. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and the price right now is simply at this higher low. So this is a very critical level. Why? Because maybe the price will come to liquidate. We will wait for the retest and buy. That's scenario number 1. Okay. Or scenario number 2, price will come, break below, and then we will wait for the retest to sell. That's scenario number 2. Or scenario number 3, that simply we can see the price will move up from here, okay, and liquidate this point, and then after liquidating, we will wait for the price to retest, and then we'll start to move to the downside. So this is what I'm looking for actually for GBP, GBY moving into 2024. And remember, we have all these bottoms tested so far once, okay? Okay, let's move to USD GBY, which, to be honest, I don't trade it that much. Neither also the franc GBY, but I was asked to simply talk about them, so here we are. Okay, let's find the bottom of 2022. Okay, January 2022. Okay, obviously we have here the bottom. Okay, so here we have low of 2022. Okay, and here obviously we can see this is the high of 2022. Again, guys, you see, this is the high of 2022. What happened? The price came to retest it again for second time in 2023. And this is just proving that price very rarely will test level only once. Most probably, I think more than 85% of the time, the price will come to retest any level at least twice, if not 3 times. Okay, so here we have the high of 2022. Okay, let's check the price range. Okay, here we talk about around 33% price movement. We talk about 3,779 pips, let's say 3,800 pips. Okay, let's talk about the 2023. Okay, November. Okay, this is obviously the low of 2023. Low of 2023. And obviously here we talk about the high of 2023, right? So this is January, and here we talk about October, November. So obviously this is the high of 2023. So just like we will write it like that. High of 2023. Let's simply do it like this. Okay, and we put it in the same color. Okay, so as you can see, guys, high price came to retest it. And also so far we have these levels open because the price retested only once. Okay, this level is open, which I would say, why not? Why not the price not to come and retest this level for second time? We just see it again and again happening, right? Here once in 2022, the price came to retest it. Excuse me. The price came to retest it in 2023. Same story here, low of 2023 once so far. Why not the price not to come to retest it for a second time? Okay, but let's measure the movement of 2023, which obviously it's going to be less than what happened in 2022. It's obvious. This is all 2022. This is 2023. Here we talk about 2,400, let's say 2,500 pips, around 19.5%. Here 33%, 3,780 pips, or let's say 3,800 pips. Okay. Why? This is also because of simply the slow movement on the DXY, right, which is simply impacting this pair, because here we talk about USD JPY. Okay, what would I expect here? So let's go to the weekly time frame. As I said, one thing which definitely we need to keep in mind is we have this bottom which price tested only once, which means that most probably more than 85% the price will simply come to retest it for a second time. But one more thing to keep in mind, that here we have actually, let me remove this, and I will put simply dot. Here we have one top, second top, and the guys in the community know that already, that when we have a perfect double top or double bottom, it means that we have a lot of liquidity above or below. In that case, we talk about double top, so that means that there is a lot of liquidity above simply these levels here. A lot of stop losses here. Why? Because most of people know, okay, double top, this is strong level of resistance. That's true, especially when we are on the weekly time frame, and the higher the time frame, the stronger it is. So you can imagine right now the amount of people simply selling from here, okay, and we have amount of stop losses here, okay. We have a lot of stop losses here above, okay, perfect double top, and simply everyone is selling, which actually also increase the probability that why not price will come to simply liquidate, break below, and then move to the downside. It reminds us of what? Exactly, of the gold. What we see, perfect double top. What the price did, came to liquidate. You see, perfect top, what the price did for the third time, come to liquidate, and maybe we'll start to the move to the downside. Same story, perfect top, create double top, which then increase the likelihood of the price will come to liquidate and move to the downside, if any. Okay, this is one thing to keep in mind. If we look at the market structure, so we have higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Maybe the price is coming to bring simply or to make a higher low. But what we need to keep in mind and what we need to look at is simply this level here. This is the last higher low. Okay, so this is simply the last higher low. Sorry. Okay, I need to put it on the weekly time frame. So this is simply the last higher low. What does it mean? The ideal scenario, which I would personally be waiting for, okay, if the price will come to simply retest this one or liquidate it, that will be even better. And then we will wait for the price to retest, come, and then we will buy from here, go all the way up for the price to liquidate this 2 points, and then from here to sell all the way down. That will be the scenario which simply I would be looking for, okay? That will be ideal scenario. But at the end of the day, we need to wait, we need to see what will happen in the market, and then we take actions accordingly, okay? So this is one thing to keep in mind. But as I said, we have this bottom here, which tested once, means that we need to test it at least for second time, okay? we have this perfect double top, which most probably price will come to liquidate. And as I said, if we talk about the gold, this is actually a good example to show that. Okay. And here, as I said, we have, obviously, here we have the last higher low on weekly time frame, okay, which actually very strong one. And then we need to see what simply the price will do from here, and based on that we will start to think about what to do next. Okay, now last thing is simply the franc GBY, which again, it's not one of the pairs which simply I'm trading. Okay, let's find the high and the low. Okay, here we talk about 2022. Okay, here February, January. Okay, so we talk about here we talk about low of 2022. Okay, now let's find the high. Okay, so this is the high of 2022. High of 2022. Okay, let's measure the movement. From here to here, we talk about 22.8%, and we talk about 2,800 pips. And now let's check. Okay, here January 2023. So this is low of 2023. Okay, and here obviously we have the high of 2023. High of 2023. Okay, let's measure the movement here. So we talk around, actually very similar, actually it's a little bit more. Okay, so here we have around 3,300 pips, while actually in 2022 we talk about 2,800 pips. So here we have, you know, extra pips. Here we talk about 400 pips more. So this is a second winner of actually 2023 out of the pairs which we analyzed in this video. Okay, we didn't analyze the rest of pairs, but this is actually, we can see that this is, okay, in 2023 we had more movement than in 2022. Okay, what would we expect? Same story, guys. You see it happening again and again. Here we have top, price come to retest, broke above, as you can see here, retest, move to the upside. But here we have bottom, where simply price didn't come to retest, which actually make it open that the price can come all the way down to retest this level. Okay, if we look, actually zoom in and look at the weekly time frame, what we can see, as I said here, high, price come, retest, break above, retest, and move to the upside. Here, similar story, at least for the short term, we can see that we have this top here, where simply price so far didn't come to retest it. But also, we can see that at least we have higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, as far as the price didn't make the higher high. So this is the last higher low, which we are actually looking at, right? So this is a higher low, which we are looking at actually. And as far as the price above this higher low, this one here, okay, let me just put it here. As far as the price is above this higher low, so the probability, the higher probability is that we are going to move to the upside is way, actually is more than moving to the downside. Why not that the price will simply go to make double top, or actually liquidate this one and then move to the downside? But if we look at it here, let me go to the daily time frame. Okay, maybe in the daily time frame not that much, but on the weekly time frame maybe we can see here, just a minute guys, let me connect charger. Okay, what we can see here, We have bottom, okay, we have maybe, and I'm just saying a scenario, it's not one of the pairs which I'm trading. Here we might have the left shoulder, here we might have head, and here maybe we have the right shoulder, which is just forming here. And again, I'm saying maybe. What does it mean? That if this scenario is actually working, so that means that maybe from here we will see the price to come. What will be the ideal scenario if personally I'm looking actually at this pair? From here, go down, retest, come here, liquidate this one, start to move to the upside, and then move to the downside. This is very detailed, right? But at the end of the day, you need to take it step by step, okay? I'm just saying this is the ideal scenario which we'll be looking at, right? Also, it can be that price from here will break and then simply start to move to the downside, okay? And the counter retest this one in the long term. I'm saying in the long term. Or price will simply just move to the upside from here to come create double top, okay, or simply move to liquidate this one and then move to the downside, if any. Once again, if any. Especially we need to keep in mind this is the highest, excuse me, this is the highest actually point, the highest actually of the history of these pairs together, like franc GBY. This is the highest point as this currency pairs simply reached in the history. So I believe if you are using some RSI or something like that, maybe you will see that the price is overbought. Personally, I don't use any technical indicators. I like to rely just on the price action and market structure. And yeah, but why not that, as I said, we simply have, you know, on weekly time frame, bottom, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then we can see, we can also see here that we have a very strong rejection. It's obvious that we can see it right now, you know, and also if you look at it with Fibonacci, you know, okay, the price at the 78.6%, we can see that the Fibonacci extension, the minus 27, it's actually aligning perfectly with this last higher low, okay? So maybe from here we can see the price actually come to move all the way down, at least to this one, and then from here we will see if the price, as I said, move even further down, price will start from here to move up or whatever. But what I want to say, the bottom line, as far as we are technically above this point here, which is the last higher low on weekly time frame, we are still in an uptrend. Obviously we can see, and it's so obvious that we are moving in an uptrend, you know. So the smart trade is to move with the trend, not against the trend. And last thing to simply say in this video, guys, trading is very risky. A lot of people lose their money in this market, right? As far as you don't know what you are doing, right, I would advise you to go and learn properly how to trade, or simply just don't trade at all. Because if you don't have the proper knowledge, if you don't use strict risk management, then you are gambling and there is a very high chance that you will lose your money, okay? So if you need any help with simply learning how to trade or anything, please reach out to me. You can join our community. I would be more than happy to have you as part of our community, and you know, that I can simply show you how to trade properly. So yeah, guys, that's all for this video, and this is probably, you know, last video from my side with any technical analysis for 2023. And yeah, I wish you all the best in 2024, a lot of success, a lot of you know, profits, but definitely what is more important is simply to adhere to risk management and your trading plan. And this is simply what it's going to make you a successful trader in the market. You know, proper trading plan, proper risk management, and knowledge. Knowledge is power. Yeah, thanks guys, and wish you all the best in 2024. Cheers.